first off, I became a Christian. I think it was early 2009. I did what I thought I had to do. I started reading the Bible. I ended relationships I thought I wasn't supposed to be in. I started going to church. I started serving in the church. I started reading the Bible heavily. I was, like I said, serving in the church, blah blah blah, this and that, was in a men's group, blah blah blah, all that. And you know, I'm a type of person where if I'm gonna do something like this, like that, you know, I'm gonna jump in 195%. So I mean, I studied all I could. I had all the defense I could. I tried doing the best I could to just be a good person and to be a good Christian, you know, follow the rules and follow the guidelines and all that stuff, all these things that I thought I had to do. And one day, it's been like 3 years now, I kind of started looking at it and I'm like, wait, something is not matching up. First of all, why is it that everybody says, oh, Christianity is not a religion? First of all, it is a religion. Let's just clarify that. It's a religion. That's okay. It doesn't mean Christianity isn't different or anything like that. It is a religion because the definition of religion is something like looking to a higher power, faith in a higher power. That's one of them. That was the first one, I think, when I put it on, when I Googled the definition, or it might have been rhymezone.com where I checked the definition. But regardless, that's what Christianity is. You're looking to a higher power. People want to say it's not. It is. That's the truth. Well, I don't know why I said that. But, so, you know, I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, why is it that they say it's not based on good works, yet that's really all that it is? Because I can't go to a pastor and tell him that I'm struggling, or I can't even go to anybody in the church and be like, I'm getting drunk tonight, or anything like that, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, or it could be any multiple variety of things. I'm in a relationship, she's living with me, we're having premarital sex, blah, 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 this and that. You can't do any of that. I mean, it's true, they say it's not works-based, but it is, because then they go to say, oh, well, if you're a true Christian and you love God in repentance to Him, you're going to do good works. Well, that's still good works in my eyes. I mean, you still have to do a bunch of things, though God will still accept you, the church won't. And I started to see that at first. You know, I think the first big question that I asked was to an old pastor of mine. I said, and he probably thought I was gay. I'm not gonna lie to you. He probably thought I was gay. And honestly, I know a million lesbian women. Love them. We're good friends. I don't directly have contact with a lot of gay men. That really doesn't make a difference about my opinion towards how they're treated. I don't need to know any to really. It doesn't matter. I don't need to know them to say that they should be treated with kindness and respect. You know what I mean? So I asked. I said, you know, why is it that you guys hate gay people so much? He said, well, that's an abomination, you know? I said, yeah, an abomination. But it's a sin, right? I mean, it's a sin like anything else, drinking and smoking weed or getting high or, you know, having anal sex, for, you know what I mean? Whatever. He said, well, no, and it's kind of different because it's an abomination to God. And it's like, well, okay. So, you know, I didn't get the fact that, you know, it was confusing to me when I know for a fact that through multiple stories and just my own life, you know, I'm not trying to call anybody out, you know, just an opinion and something that I saw was, I know for a fact that there's a lot of people within the church that also may be serving in the church. These could be higher ranking officials or not, but get drunk, wasted, swear like truckers, have sex a lot, you know, the whole bit. People drive nice cars and spend their preacher money on, you know, caddies and Benzes and whatever they're riding around in. And I thought to myself, something's strange here. Something's not really clicking well here. You know, why is it that if being gay is a sin, why are all these other people allowed in the church to be among you, talk to you, be friends with you, clean the church, eat with you if you have some type of potluck. But a gay man, when walked into a church, whether he's flamboyant or not, whether you could tell if he's gay or not, once he admits to being gay, oh, we've got to sit down with this guy. We got to talk to this guy. Something is wrong with this guy. I'm okay because I'm wasted. But you're gay. So you can't. And I just couldn't grasp that. I couldn't grasp it. And it just went through my head so much. And I'm like, why is it that they're treated like that, you know? And there was a day where I was really turned off from a specific radio station that I was in love with, because this lady came on and she was just talking about, you know, we've got to end their rights. We've got to stop them from being in the military. And I thought to myself, she said, if we let gay people in the military, we're letting the world know that it's okay to be a sinner. I thought to myself, what? So you can let alcoholics, women abusers, people who just want to shoot people, I mean, anybody, you know, I don't know if you have to, if you can't go in the Marines without with a felony or anything like that, but I mean, a lot of people go in there that are extreme sinners. We all are, you know, if you look at it in that aspect. But a gay person shouldn't have any rights, shouldn't be allowed. If sinners can't be in the military, none of you should be in the military. That's the thing I didn't understand. So let's get off the gay topic so you don't get convinced that I'm gay also. That was my first main question, you know. But then I started wondering, you know, because people would come up to me and they would say things like, you know how God feels about the tattoo on your arm, right? Tattoos, I've got a lot, but I say, yes, I know, I've read the Levitical law and whatnot, and I know what it says. It says something like, I'm not good at memorizing, something like, don't cut yourself for the dead, or tattoo yourself. Now it's specifically said in there, for the dead or tattoo yourselves, and I believe even in the Cliff Notes it says that there was a lot of like almost self-damaging things that they would do when people died. It's not like getting a rest in peace tattoo, which I have, or anything like that. It's more of like a self-mutilation. So I mean, it's really nothing in comparison to what that is. Regardless, you know. And I said, yeah, I know. You know, and then people come up to you and they say, well, yeah, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol, you know, that's bad for you. So, you know, the thing that I don't understand and I can't quite grasp, and I always think about, is the fact that, and mind you, I judge too. I've apologized a million times. I've said a lot of crazy things. Called girls whores for having their boobs out in their shirts. Called people alcoholics for going out and drinking. Called myself an alcoholic. Made it seem like I was ridiculous. Just because I was in such turmoil for 3 years, wondering who am I supposed to be, and why is it that most of what I do contradicts what the beliefs are, and why do I look at the people that are supposed to be doing it too, and they're very contradictory too, and I just didn't understand it. So I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm trying to defend, and I'm trying to preach the gospel, and I'm trying to do the best I can, but it came to a point where nothing was making sense, you know? Why is it that you tell me about tattoos and I shouldn't drink to follow the Bible? Because in turn, if you're not following the Bible, you're not following the works you're supposed to do, then you're not repentant, then the Bible says you're not destined for heaven. So, but then I thought to myself, that's funny, because the Bible also says, women, cover your head in church. Don't talk in church. If you have any questions, go home and ask your husband when you get home. And it also says women shouldn't be pastors. This is said. So I wondered to myself, why is it, though I'm not sexist, I don't believe any of that should be legit, but I thought to myself, why is it everybody says all these things, you have to follow everything? Oh, but we can't be doing that stuff with women because they're going to get upset. We can't, because the majority is going to get upset. So we'll follow what we want to follow, and when you tell me, oh, why is it that women don't follow, you'll come up with a grand historical backing of things. Well, but because back in the day, there was a problem with long hair and short hair. That doesn't matter, because the defense that church people always use is The Bible, God doesn't change his mind. It's no different. You can't say, well, times are different, because the Bible crosses barriers in time and sound and light, things that you've never imagined. So you can't use that defense against me to say, well, Trevor, it's a different time. Women clearly have different rights. Okay, then you just totally squashed everything.